Jesuits. Krause gets free. He scores! Michael Krause, opportunity for the barrage. Oh, no, he with another save. Open here, point blank score! Ben Martin.
Great feed, great finish. Michael Krause never had it so easy.
Scores!
Connecticut Hammerheads 2020 Season Rewind, brought to you by Yale Medicine.
Major League Lacrosse is back as the city of Annapolis plays host to the Major League Lacrosse's 20th season, which will be a whirlwind. The Connecticut Hammerheads taking on the Denver Outlaws. Connecticut, the former Dallas Rattlers franchise. Thanks for joining us here at Navy Marine Corps Stadium. I'm Booker Corrigan alongside Hall of Fame coach Don Zimmerman. Coach, what are you looking forward to the most about this next matchup?
Well, so far we've had two terrific games. They haven't been perfect, but that's what we're going to expect when these teams haven't had a lot of practice time. What I love is the effort. These guys are going after each other, playing their hearts out. Expect to see this in the last game.
And they are playing for the Major League Lacrosse Championship trophy. It'll be given out at the end of the week. It's going to be a whirlwind. Who do you like for stars on both squads?
Well, I'll tell you, for Connecticut, I love Ryan McNamara, 4-year veteran from Eagan, Minnesota. He's Marquette University's all-time leader in goals, points, and game-winning goals. He's a ground ball machine. He's a former high school hockey player, and he gets it done all over the field.
Denver's got a young man named Lee. Tell us what you love about him.
Number 57 for Denver, Ryan Lee. Second year out of RIT. He holds their career record in goals and points. Rookie season in MLL, led the Outlaws with 46 points. He plays for the Colorado Mammoth in the NLL.
There's everything in a nutshell. Teams will play 5 games in 7 days. They're living in a bubble, and they have no locker rooms. Coach, we'll talk about that. There's also a new ball, high optic yellow, and, of course, split sidelines. It hasn't come into play much, but it certainly might be the swinging play, and the goals have been many of them throughout the day. Tonight's starting goalkeepers are presented by New Balance, made for lacrosse. Sean Scanoni for Connecticut and Christian Knight for Denver. Here is Christian Knight, fabulous young goaltender for Denver out of Cornell University, Ivy Leaguer of the utmost degree. Local Baltimore high school product as well. Here we go. And Connecticut wins the first face-off for their franchise's history.
It's always good to get that first one, Book. Get that first face-off, get that first possession. Really focus on getting the opening goal in this game.
Noah Rack doing the honors for Connecticut in their yellow and blue striping. Denver in the orange with the big white numbers. And here's Ben Martin, top center. A 60-second shot clock in Major League Lacrosse. We'll go over some of the other rule changes as the game evolves. Will Sands pushes it inside. And it'll be Denver possession. You will hear a lot of vocals from the officials. Great job with audio on the referees tonight. And this is Denver's first possession of their season. And it is going to be a absolutely rapid fire season. Lots of goals in the first 2 games today. Hard outside shot. Just wide, 25 seconds. Lots of time with which to operate as Dan Vaccaro, the Georgetown graduate, gets that one off.
Little 2-man game here.
Chris Aslanian pushes it inside. He's a Hobart grad. And another shot high and wide.
Mikey Schlosser's known for his right hand, but I saw him in practice the other day. He's really been working on that right to left move.
Oh, and a shot on cage. So the worst shot they take is the only one that hit the cage so far, Coach.
Well, we've seen in the first 2 games, teams take a little while to get going.
Bill Warder, head coach of the Hammerheads. Great assistant coach for him, Bobby Horsey, and of course Brian Hobart out of Penn Yan, former high school teammate of the great Don Bergeron. I talked with him yesterday about the connection he has with some of his players that played for him in high school and now are playing for him in the pros.
Hey, big little.
Wraparound attempt by Martin. Martin out of Dartmouth College.
Both teams doing a nice job on offense, moving the ball early.
Great dodge, great shot, Christian Knight. A position save right there, Coach. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, about how goaltenders force guys to shoot wide. Sands. And now it is Ryan McNamara. McNamara gets that early double. And a great ground ball pickup. And the Outlaws looking to push some transition. Look at the side of your screen. You'll see that nice defensive double team. That is how you operate those double picks. Guy turns his back. Good time to go.
Best time to go. Read the offensive player's helmet. When he turns his back, try to get him without him knowing you. Surprise him. It's hard to double when you can see it coming the whole way.
Nice clear by Hayden Levangie, the rookie out of Jacksonville University. Had a chance to communicate with Coach Johnny Galloway, the head coach at Jacksonville, about his prowess and his ability to play both ends of the field. And this is Brendan Collins out of Notre Dame. Charlie Durbin, great practice yesterday. And of course the broadcaster's jinx is in full effect as the Outlaws push transition, shot, goal. First goal of the season for the Denver Outlaws.
Real nice play. Charlie Hayes, you know, this game happens between the lines. The teams that can play in between the lines have a distinct advantage. That time Charlie Hayes, number 23 in orange, does a terrific job picking up the ground ball and pushes the transition. Got to be aggressive. Stays with it.
Listed as a short stick D midi, but if you can make plays on both ends of the field, the Detroit Mercy grad having an impact.
I think being a short stick midi is exciting. You get to play defense, and if the ball goes on the ground, you get to push the transition. I think it's a great position to play.
Face-off win for the Outlaws. Oh, yes, conversion. Chris Aslanian.
Textbook 4-on-3. We've seen him earlier today. When you have a 4-on-3, there's really one way to play it. The attack lines up in a triangle. The midi goes opposite the point man to set up his strength. Ball movement beats player movement.
Yeah.
It's the way you draw it up.
Face-off star Max Adler, the Fort Lauderdale native. Two goals in 12 seconds. Adler also spent some time working for ESPN in the financial department.
Nothing yet, guys, nothing yet.
And still does great work for the worldwide leader. And he's not too shabby at face-offs, hey, Coach?
He's doing a nice job. Boy, how important is that position? Getting possession for your team. Score a goal, you come back, make it, take it.
And look at the physicality of that game. Ball picked up by number 24, John Grant Jr. Possibly one of the greatest players to ever play the sport of lacrosse, indoor, outdoor, and Major League Lacrosse has so much benefited.
And he's a player coach.
Yep.
He's a player coach.
Yeah.
Only team in the MLL that has a player coach, and what an advantage.
There is Junior. Had a great time chatting with him. He's so proud of his daughter, starting to play a little bit of lacrosse also. Junior. There's nothing he won't try. And he's so successful with so much of it.
Love his attitude. He is a warrior.
Another good look at Jack Jasinski, the Ohio State grad. Some velocity on that. And here is the well knee braced John Grant Jr.
45 years old, Book.
And the ball was tipped. 25 on the shot clock. Junior! Shot just wide.
Nice ball movement by the offense.
TV, fellas. Hey, we need one.
And we are going to step away momentarily. 2-0 your score, John Grant Jr. Sean Scanoni. Major League Lacrosse is presented by Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. Warrior, play to win. Sector Spider ETFs, the next chapter in investing. New Balance, made for lacrosse. Powerade, more power for more. Great shot of the water down here in Annapolis. It's a beautiful setting for the best lacrosse players in the world. 2-0 Denver Outlaws, early going. Chris Aslanian out of Hobart puts things in motion. And now it's Mikey Schlosser. Brian Cormody loses possession. Great defensive effort by Michael Brown, the rookie out of Brown University.
6'1", 200. Stood his ground there. Cormody, he's a bull dodger. You can't play him with stick. You gotta use the body.
Denver doing a nice job creating those little turnovers, taking away passes. Newbold rolls one in, and Scanoni is able to collect that.
Go!
Look, in 2019, Andrew Newbold, 12 and orange, had 5 two-point goals for a long stick. He's not afraid to pull the string.
High pass collected by Will Sands. Sands, 15 goals, 32 assists last year. Kind of guy I'd like to play with. And here's Michael Kraus. Won a national championship with Virginia in 2019. Outside the cage by Dan Loomis. And here come the Outlaws once again.
Outlaws are a veteran team. They make good decisions on the field. That time, they didn't have anything pushing the ball up the field. They're going to settle it down, run their offense.
And Jasinski, you see how they like to operate things through him. I've had a chance to do a couple Ohio State games when he was there. He is as quick as a hiccup.
Well, he causes the defense to have to slide.
Oh, and he's got some rope. Jasinski will stop and go move.
He's a competitor. You saw it at Ohio State. You see it here in the MLL. He's going to come at you and give you the full 60 minutes. Likes his right hand, but set it up by going hard left. Roll back. Hands are free. Blistering shot. Good players know how to set up their strength.
And set up your strength by making the defender lose his stick.
Stopping on the dime goes a long way.
All good? Okay, guys.
Shots on goal. Denver with 5, Hammerheads with just 1.
See, it's still in the pocket there, right? You got to move your body to the left. That's the thing. You got to move your right knee over to make room for your elbow.
This is like a face-off clinic a little bit, Coach.
That's good for the viewers. This is an important part of the game.
Right early.
He spent all that time coaching him up. And Max Adler, the ESPN employee, unable to maintain his enthusiasm there, jump the whistle.
We're open!
Charlie Durbin, number 25, shares it with Bubba Voigt.
Bubba Voigt's going to want his left hand.
We're open! We're open! Ball six. Stay right.
Sands behind.
He's got a nice matchup here.
Who's hot?
Plenty of time on the shot clock.
A lot of movement inside. He's a feeder.
Little backhand flip by Bubba right there. Well handled in traffic. And that is over and back. Once you get possession over the midfield line, you cannot retreat. And Ryan Lee starts things for the Outlaws. Landon Kramer, 6'3", 225 out of Sacred Heart, playing defense on him. Connecticut 5 turnovers already today. Denver with just 1. As Jasinski.
Tommy, under 5. Okay.
The Hammerheads are young. You know, for a lot of these guys, this is their first experience playing MLL lacrosse. They'll grow up during this week. Denver, on the other hand, a very veteran club.
All up.
And Denver coach Tony Seaman, a very veteran coach, as they go up 3-0.
Hey, we got TV, man. Media.
And
TV, fellas.
Cormany with the goal. And now 4-0. Outlaws.
Brian Cormany, he is determined to go to the goal.
So this is what I'm getting.
Good strong move. I love the little fake and roll back. Hangs on to it. Patience, waits for the opportunity. Nice job. Way to finish.
Head coach Tony Seaman of the Denver Outlaws, comfortably ahead 4-0 so early in the game, though, Coach. And Coach Seaman's coached at every level, succeeded at every level. He knows that 4-0 means nothing right now.
He certainly does. He's been through, you know, all the wars. Tony Seaman is a player's coach. The players love playing for him. He's got a great attitude, a great rapport with his team. A real vet.
Hold out.
Got it.
Adler against Rack again at the face-off dot.
Nothing yet. Play!
And Denver, again, playing some make it, take it, but some great, hard, determined riding by Connecticut as they're still trying to get their sea legs under them a little bit. And Ryan Lee wisely settles. Ground ball's 8-3 in favor of the Outlaws.
As we've said, ground balls are the name of the game. Get your team possession, they have a chance to score. It's the best defense you can play is possession offense.
Mikey Slosher, number 58 up top. And here is John Grant Jr. Little fake behind the back there.
He likes this matchup. He's going to stay with it.
Bounce shot hits the post. That will reset the shot clock. And
Big save by Scanoni.
Scanoni goes down low, but a great 2-on-1 ground ball. As Aslanian tries to thread the needle. And now it's Dan Vaccaro out of Georgetown. Great look on the right side of your screen. Scanoni going down low. And there's a dive, a score, a push. That'll get waved off, and it's a goal for the Outlaws as they stretch it to 5.
Good strong move that time by Daniel Vaccaro. His first season. It's good to get that first one as a pro. First move again. It's all about that first move when you're dodging. A determined effort to go to the goal. Gets pushed, but because it's a technical foul and the goal is scored, the technical foul is wiped out.
And the dive rule for MLL is really well explained in the rule book. They just say the ball crosses the plane, the person who shot it, they can't be in the crease, they can't touch the crease, their stick can't touch the ground or the goalie or the post before it crosses the plane. It's really well written out. Commissioner Sandy Brown, such an amazing job of timing this all out, making sure the kids are, the players, staff, and support crew are all healthy and safe, sequestered off in the hotels and the bubbles, as we like to call them these days.
Really kudos to the MLL for sticking with this and being determined to have this event. It's great for lacrosse. People needed to see some live action, and I would imagine a lot of non-lacrosse players are watching this and saying, hey, this isn't a bad game we're seeing here. This is a pretty cool game.
Razowitz. Unfortunate. Here come the Outlaws again. Tom Rigney out of Army. A couple Army guys on this squad. Miles Silva, also a Army guy. Great time to thank our brave men and women of the armed services, first responders. More courage than I have. Thank you so much for all you do to protect us and keep us safe.
Boy, isn't that the truth, Buck?
Here's McNamara. Connecticut needs one of their big players to step up. Some lumber coming from all around.
Good check.
Denver's all over it. Double teaming, aggressive on the ground balls, not giving Connecticut any breathing room on offense.
Christian Knight with a very efficient clear there. And Mikey Slosher turns and gets it out. And here's Colton Jackson. Jackson out of University of Denver. Played for Coach Bill Tierney. Turnover for Denver. Connecticut two-pointer. Nice high bouncer. And this Connecticut offense yet to dent the twine. Here's the first quarter winds down, 35 seconds remaining. This is Brendan Collins out of University of Notre Dame. Played for cousin Kevin Corrigan.
Hey. Plus.
Back to Collins. This is Durbin. Durbin, the double comes so fast from those Outlaws.
Nice ball movement.
Down low, shot just as the clock expires. And the first quarter winds down. Outlaws comfortably ahead, but we got a lot of game left. Don't go anywhere. It is beautiful Annapolis, and it's the 20th anniversary for Major League Lacrosse. Let's take a look at one of the great players in MLL history, John Grant Jr. He can do it all. He can literally make something out of nothing and do it forwards, backwards, one-handed, two-handed, double team, single team. There's not much. There's a great look at him. Creativity to the utmost. Wow.
Book, he does things with the lacrosse stick that you don't normally see. Phenomenal.
Face-off battles as Noah Rack and Max Adler keep going at it. Adler, one of those captains for Denver. And Denver continues to find ways to get ground balls. Ground balls win games. Mikey Slosher, very patient right now.
I like Denver's patience on offense. They've got a nice lead. It's a long tournament. No sense to push things. Take your time, wear out the defense, work for that high quality shot.
Coach, how important is he that he catches that ball and releases it within a second?
Again, we talked about this earlier. Goalkeepers depend on following the ball, and when it moves one way and then all of a sudden it's coming back another, it's tough.
That's Ryan Lee, simple catch and release as John Grant Jr. I wasn't expecting to see him play this much. He's still, and that's yellow possession. Good call by the officials.
Nice look up the field.
And here is Adam Osika out of University of Albany. 5th season in the league for Osika.
Big, strong left-hander.
And Ryan McNamara, number 81, pushes it quickly back to Osika. And this is Sands.
He's got the matchup he wants. The big little is working for the Hammerheads. They should keep going to it.
McNamara, hands free, cuts inside, shot, goal! First goal ever for the Connecticut Hammerheads. And of course, one of their absolute stars, Ryan McNamara, gets the honors.
Well, that's right, the Hammerheads needed that goal. No better player to get it for him than Ryan McNamara. He is tough, he is talented, and he is determined. When you dodge hard and keep your feet moving, especially when the defenseman's throwing checks, you know you got him beat.
You can see those guys celebrating a little bit because it's the first goal ever for the Connecticut Hammerheads. And a nice face-off win for Noah Rack. Christian Knight gobbles up that offering. And now Denver looks to clear.
Look, that was a tougher save than you realize because he was facing the sun when he had to track down that ball. Nice job.
Colton Jackson doing a nice job in the midfield area for Denver so far. And this is James Burr. Shot, goal. Count the finish for Miles Silva out of Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. My man Ray Carnicelli's got to be celebrating that one.
Another West Point product. Real nice size. And again, just a real nice job moving the ball, keeping it hot, making the goalie turn. Miles Silva, he comes from a family of 3 generations of West Point people. His dad, Adam, was one of the men who helped get the Wounded Warrior Project underway. Great, great family.
And I know high school coach Tom West has got to be thrilled with his play, his development and impact.
On you, Trav, on you, on you, on you, on you.
Good hustle on that ride.
Trevor Smith with the ball for the Hammerheads, and he ladles it up the field.
If you look at the body language of the Hammerheads, boy, that goal really gave them a lot of juice. They've now picked it up to another level. All they needed to get that first goal, give them some confidence, play the full 60, see what happens.
Brendan Collins in the game, and Greg Weil out of Mercyhurst University doing a nice job defensively for the Hammerheads as Christian Knight collects it. Denver will matriculate the ball up the field.
You know, Book, sometimes when a team is down by 5, they try to get it all back at one time. You got to take it one play at a time. Get the goal, get the next ground ball, work hard,
and here
get
you
the
go.
next one.
And here's Sands. Will Sands, little hop step, comes out lefty. Cody Razowitz had a great practice yesterday. The Hopkins grad shows so much appreciation for that Hopkins staff. Dave Petramala, Billy Dwan, Bobby Benson, really helping develop young players into the best possible version of themselves, and that's what coaches are out there to do.
That's what it's all about.
And that ball was tipped, so it should not be over back regardless. They kept it in. Razowitz pushes it far side. And this is Durbin. Gets it down, and Bubba Voigt takes some lumber, and Denver does the nice 2-on-1 ground ball. And now they are pushing. James Burr.
Nice job by the Hammerheads getting back into the hole, taking away in transition.
And Coach, the benches are on opposite sides. The impact, it happens at times, but Denver is finding a way to get the ball up their bench side more often than not.
I think all the teams today have done a really nice job of adapting to the benches being on the other side of the field, opposite sides of the field, and of course in the double substitution areas.
Colton Jackson with that shot by Denver. Quick double. Right to the face.
What a look-away feed.
7-1 Denver.
John Grant just showed you the old look-away. All right. Looked away from where he wanted to feed it, got the defense to react. Look at that. That's a veteran move.
(7-1) Outlaws and John Grant Jr. Coach, how much do you like the way he sees things?
I love it. Look away feed, looks that defender off, that guy on the inside, the defender on the inside. Razowitz, he had to cover 2 areas. John Grant looked him away, and just a nice soft feed, and that soft feed told his teammate, hey, you're wide open, relax, finish the play.
Oh, what a save by Christian Knight on Sands. A heartbreaking save, because Connecticut could clearly use one right now. Maybe look at that middle of the field turnover. And here's Sands settling things. Sands guarded by number 22, Michael Rexroad out of Rutgers. Razowitz shot, goal. Get yourself some. Acceleration right there coming out. Quick spin. Our first half game highlight is presented by Sector Spider ETFs. The next chapter in investing.
Real nice freeze move here, sets up his right hand. Again, good players, they can go right and left, but they prefer to set up their strength. And that time, Razowitz's strength got him to the middle, increased his shooting angle. Classic goal.
Nothing yet, guys.
Nice little play on the ball by Justin Schwenk out of University of Virginia.
out of bounds. Yep, gold ball. Gold ball.
Stay in the box here. Stay in the box.
And the ball's going to stay here with the Hammerheads in yellow. Denver Outlaws in orange. Booker Corrigan and Don Zimmerman bringing it to you.
Timeout. Go.
And Coach Bill Warder wants to check things out.
I like that timeout,
Yeah.
Buck. You know, he just got himself a goal. His team now, the confidence is building, gets possession on a tough ground ball. Let's call a timeout. Let's now try to get the next goal. It's all about the next goal. Let's see what they come up with.
MLL history lesson of the day. Here's Denver. Jeremy Sieverts stinging one, bringing a championship. 2014 champions, the Denver Outlaws. A great franchise. 2016, next Jesse Schwartzman, goaltender. Junior. It's heavy. 2016, now Sieverts again down low with the assist. Great to see my old student. I taught him in 6th grade, Coach.
Certainly had a great career, not only in the MLL, but also at Maryland.
2018 champions, the Denver Outlaws. Long pole goal. They got a nice habit of lifting that trophy, and it looks like they are playing well enough right now. Who knows? It's tough to handicap. It's day one, 6 teams in the league. They all play today. We got some great action tomorrow. Joe Beninati, Courtney Fallon in attendance today doing their pregame work. Such a great crew. Quint Kestick joining us later in the week.
Denver came here on a mission. After last year, I think they want to desperately get one back. And they're coming out today, and they're playing like that mission is firmly set in their minds and in their hearts.
Here's Razowitz. McNamara. Far side alley dodge, and again, now Connecticut's starting to recognize, and offensive coach Bobby Horsey does such a great job of helping, lead teams into anticipating what's next. They're starting to see that early double by Denver. Razowitz gets knocked down. Sands still possesses, gets the matchup. Errant pass, but there's only 12 on the shot clock.
Real nice move.
Cody Razowitz cutting the lead now. It's becoming a little itchy, isn't it, Coach?
Well, you know what? They're hanging in there, and there's no quit so far from these young guys. Real nice job picking up that ground ball, second opportunity. But here's the little duck under move. Again, right-hander knows how to get his strength.
And you keep hearing that mantra. The next one. The next one.
Next goal. It's all about the next goal.
Next ground ball. Next face-off. Next save. You are so right, Coach. Noah Rack battling.
Book, you take it one play at a time, you add them up at the end.
Yeah. Noah Rack doing a great job on faceoffs for Connecticut. Little sky whammy, middle of the field. Scanoni shrugs that one off.
Nice save. That was a well-placed shot. Offside to the left-hander. Scanoni got his hands to the ball. Goalies have to have great hands. Great hands.
Defensive midfielder number 16 for the Hammerheads, Will Rentz, part of that national championship team at Yale. Oh, shot low, worm burner. Great play by Ryan Lee. You talked about him in the open, the RIT grad.
Starts with the hard dodge. Dodge hard, you're going to get the defense's attention. They're going to turn away from their man and look for the ball. That time a little pick and roll action, well executed. Two-man lacrosse becoming more and more popular at all levels in this game. Denver does it as well as anybody.
Nice shot of Ryan Lee. Second goal already tonight.
There we go. Wait.
They both went.
Wait.
Connecticut will get possession. And you can see number 18, Matt Farrell, at a holy cross. He scooped that ball up with a long stick and he didn't want to do it. But he knew the ref was going to blow the whistle regardless.
Good time.
And here's Martin. Collins dodging right-handed. Pushes it behind. Sands. Time to feed. Still looking to feed. Back to Collins. Lefty shot just wide.
Denver does not hesitate to switch a shorty onto Sands. They'd rather do that than get caught up and Sands come around without a defender. So they're going to switch every time, and they're confident that the short sticks can play him.
Move for him.
Connecticut pushing it inside. Collins just wide.
Well, he'd like to have that shot back.
Shot clock at 4. You want to make the goalie make a save on that one, eh?
Again, we talked about the elements of shooting, power and accuracy. When you have that much room and time, take a little bit something off of it, put that shot on target.
Taylor Stewart out of Bellarmine doing the honors on the clear.
Under 5, Tom.
And that's Mikey Schlosser. Chris Aslanian, brother of Pat Aslanian, both Denver Outlaws. Shot goal. Ryan Lee, are you feeling it, Evil?
Media, guys, media.
Catch and release, cut to the ball, catches the ball with his feet moving and his hands free. If you don't think that's awesome, you need awesome lessons.
Just
Denver.
real nice teamwork, good strong dodge, moving the ball, good inside action. You get Ryan Lee the ball inside, you can count it.
The Denver Outlaws having their way. Coach, what do you love about Ryan Lee?
Two things. Number one, always keeps his feet moving. Number two, as an inside player, don't stare at the ball. Read your defender. When that defender turns to find the ball, all of a sudden he's gone, and Denver is looking for him all night long. Great start with a hat trick.
3 goals already. Denver with 5 assisted goals. Aslanian with 2 of those assists. Connecticut scoops the loose ball, and they look to press things. This is Ryan Bevel, also out of Jacksonville. Coach Johnny Galloway doing work down in Jacksonville, Florida, helping young men become the best possible version of themselves.
Nice decision that time. Outlaws didn't have anything. Brian Begley pulled it out. Again, maintain possession. Give yourself a chance to get the next goal, and at the same time, you're playing great D.
Begley out of Loyola University from Morristown, New Jersey. Lee loves that catch and release, man. He does get it off in an instant. Now he had a little trouble picking the ball up on the defensive end for Connecticut. Unfortunate turn of events for them.
Scanoni did a nice job there making that save.
Yeah.
Held his position. He's a big guy, 5'11", 270, but he had 34 ground balls last year. Quick feet.
Yeah. Great inside feed. Oh, finish again. And Ryan Lee racking up the points. It's a stat day for him. 10-3 Denver. Coach, uh-oh.
Well, he's the hot man, and a veteran team gets the ball to the hot man. He's inside. He's taking the highest percentage shots. Denver's moving the ball beautifully. They're dodging hard, which starts their offense. Little miscommunication there by the Denver D. They had the first slide, but no second slide. Got to communicate. Young team, they'll learn.
Yep, and credit Mikey Schlosser with the assist there, driving hard and simply getting the attention of the defense, like you've talked about so many times, about how you get the attention of the defense and then move it to the open man. And Ryan Lee has a real knack for being the open man. Get the knack. Face-off win, Sean Mayle.
Let's go, D.
Scoops it.
Max Adler doing a nice job for the Outlaws, getting them possession. Make it, take it.
This is Dan Vaccaro behind the cage. Played for Coach Kevin Warnick.
Once his left
Georgetown.
hand.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
Slide right to his face. Check as he released it. Ryan Lee has Denver's last 4 goals. Talk about the hot hand. Ball on the turf. Great tough ground ball by Will Renz, the Yale product.
Hammerheads have numbers.
Michael Brown, and now it's McNamara. Razowitz gets in the game along with Michael Kraus. McNamara, nice play on the
Nice
ground
save
ball
on the
there.
ground ball. Boy, that's a tough ground ball to get.
And because he knows he's going to get lumber if he fumbles it even for an instant.
And the boundary line serves as another opponent. So that was really a 2-on-1 for Denver. And McNamara comes up with a tough ground ball. Nice job.
Martin with the outside shot. Christian Knight made quick work of that. Save, clean save, no rebound.
Leg is down.
And Connecticut with too many men. So now they have the Special Forces unit down on defense.
Helmer, free slide. Let's go, free slide. Go help, go help, go help, go help.
Vaccaro drives lefty. Fends off the check, releases the shot. Now we will learn of the foul.
Too many men were offside. You got 30 seconds. Yeah,
Gold 88. Guys, you're down for 30.
Man up unit for Denver.
Too many guys. Down for 30.
And you
Back
see
right. Back right.
John Grant Jr. lumbering his way behind the cage.
Back right.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Hey, we don't worry about possession, Tommy. No possession here.
Right.
Slosser on the far right side, and this is now Silva, number 42.
You.
Vaccaro.
Backboard.
No look pass. That's going to be over and back.
Reset.
And Connecticut now has to kill off a little bit of time with 30 seconds here in the half. Can they capitalize? McNamara coming out of the box. Shot clock is off. 13 and a half.
Even.
Here's Razowitz.
All even. All even.
Two-pointer attempt by McNamara. Christian Knight saves and heaves. And that is it for the half. The first half, that was a lot of Denver offense. 4 goals and 1 assist, only 6 shots on goal. Nice half for him, coach. Some of those things you can't coach, and some you can run plays for the hot hand.
Well, again, we talked about shots on target. 4 goals, 6 shots, 66%. That's pretty good.
Yep. A great first half for Denver. As we see Christian Knight, he had a superb first half, holding the Connecticut Hammerheads to just 3 goals. Nice half for him. Let's go down to Coach Warder. How's things, Coach? What do you think about that first half, and how are you going to change it up for the second half?
Yeah, we talked to the team before the game on just, control the little simple, aspects of the game from, the riding, the clearing, the resets. We gave a really good offense, too many resets, made a couple of mistakes in the middle of the field. And, you're giving John Grant and Slosser and some of those guys and Ryan Lee, resets and multiple opportunities. We played, way too much defense. I haven't seen the time of possession yet, but, in my head, I think we probably had 3 shots on net offensively, and they probably had 15. So it's just an imbalance. I mean, no reason to hit the panic button right now. I actually think we're playing really good defense. We're just playing way too much of it, and a good team's going to wear you down on that. But a game of runs, we're all right. It's a you saw in a couple of the previous games, game of runs. So we'll work this out. So I think we're okay.
Coach, I love your mindset. Good luck. Have fun. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
It is the Ryan Lee Show. Quick sticks, outside cranks, cutting and catching, coming around and scoring. Ryan Lee and Denver rolling heavy. A cozy breeze blowing across Old Glory here in Annapolis at Navy Marine Corps Stadium. Outlaws 10-3 lead over the Hammerheads. This is a triple header on MLL lacrosse, and the Boston Cannons 2-goal lead win over the New York Lizards, and the Bayhawks take down the Barrage 16-11 in a game. Coach Zim, you did that game really a close game up until the end.
Close game up until the end, then the Bayhawks pulled away. Perhaps some conditioning, but also perhaps some experience in being in the close games. Both teams played a tremendous game and gave it everything they had. That's what you're looking for, effort.
Face-off win for Connecticut. He flips it right over his head, and again, that pressure from Denver is still battling it a little bit.
They are relentless on D.
Great possession ground ball by Robert Mooney out of Yale University. Tomorrow's game, Chesapeake against New York, Denver against Philly, 1 and 4 o'clock, both on ESPN2. Joe Beninati, Corby Fallon will be down on the sideline for that one. She's been a tireless worker this week, getting prepared for some great lacrosse action. Little 2-man offense here for Connecticut. Inside feed, bobbled. And the Outlaws do what they do so well.
Real nice hustle by Ryan McNamara on the ride. Forced the ball back and was able to get off on the fly and get a defensive personnel on the field for him. Nice job. Riding's everything. All the great attackmen, yeah, they can score goals, yeah, they can get assists, but the great attackmen, they love to ride.
Aslanian across the top. And here's Chris Aslanian. Now it's a backhanded feed. Inside attempt by Miles Silva. Out of Army, his offensive coach, Justin Ward, has to appreciate the creativity there. Here's Brendan Collins for the Hammerheads. Denver using that bench side so well. Benches on opposite sidelines, first time ever. And the high optic yellow ball. Low shot. The other thing I love about it is that New Balance put such a great effort into creating the lightest uniforms ever. And they are absolute fire. They are called the Shakedown.
Good time to bring them out with this Baltimore or Maryland weather. Hot and humid.
Easy. Set. Right. Set.
Denver again winning the ground ball battle, although Christian Knight runs into some trouble. Excuse me. And we had a goalie change for Denver. Nick Washuta out of Vermont now in the cage.
I think that's a good move by Tony Seaman. Nick Washuta out of Vermont, he's a rookie. Had a heck of a career at Vermont. Getting him in the game, giving Christian Knight a pat on the back. He had a really good first half. Now let's give your backup a chance to get in there and get some action.
Miles Silva, 6'4", 225. With the backup for Denver. Jasinski and Ryan Lee. Scanoni goes down and grabs that one, looks for the outlet pass. Connecticut still wrestling the ball a little, still wrestling the ball. In case of the bobbles.
Franchise's first game, Book. Young team. They will continue to grow and develop.
This is the former Dallas Rattlers franchise, relocated. And there is your new goal, Nick Washuta out of Vermont.
Go ahead, go.
Takes a lot of courage to stand between those pipes, Coach.
Sure does. Nick Mashuta's got good size, 6'3", 195. Fills up a lot of the goal, plays excellent position. Plus now Denver's bringing in a left-hander. They had a right-hander in the first half, so let's see if Connecticut can make the adjustment on their shots.
Let's go
Mikey Schlosser driving right-handed. Gets it back behind. And Ryan Lee finally shot one wide.
Shows he's human. I don't know if we'll see John Grant again tonight.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
No, I think he's done for the night.
They have a lot of games coming up. Jasinski, one of those guys who can run all day.
Reset!
Razowitz rolls back, feeds inside, ball batted towards the cage.
Cody Razowitz is having a nice game. Doing some good things on the field.
Great leadership, too.
Well, that's what he's going to be dependent on this year.
You saw that all day in practice yesterday. We were lucky enough to have field access for all the sessions.
Well, that's high, but they're letting it go.
You can hear the referees calmly discussing with Hayden Levangie. And that's a 5-hole goal. Great drive to the cage by Dan Vaccaro, the Georgetown grad.
He's a left-hander, but he shows that he can come right-handed. Little fake pass, comes around hard, finishes the play. Boy, when you can go both ways.
Flashback, Dan Vaccaro out of Georgetown. What do you think of his level of play, Coach?
I think it's outstanding. Coming off a knee injury, but he's showing that he can still play the game. He runs hard. Bull dodger, left hand, dangerous. He can shoot from inside, from outside. Heck of a pickup for the Outlaws.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
Play on.
No, he didn't. That's why I said still nothing yet. Wait.
And it's going to be Denver possession. There is Dan Vaccaro, number 77 for the Outlaws. Booker Corrigan, Don Zimmerman bringing it to you.
Left alley. Coming in.
Huge thank you to the folks in the production truck. Scott Zellatoro, the producer, Joel Contay, director. Doing a triple header today, men. Thank you so much for all the effort. Oh, time and room, but a picked off pass, and here we go, Hammerheads. Denver's doing a great job shutting down those breaks, Coach.
Yeah, they really are. They're hustling back in the hole. That time, the Hammerhead set up with a left-hand point man. So, again, you always want to set up the point man strength.
And there's a young team going a little bit offsides. Finally got a good chance of the rookie, Michael Kraus, out of University of Virginia. Talked with him yesterday. Real good friends with Dox Aiken, who's going to give college football a chance if we happen to get one.
Michael Kraus is learning the pro game under fire here. Be a good experience for him. A tough experience, but he'll grow and learn. He's a heck of a player.
Picked off pass again. This time it's number 57, Greg Weil, out of Mercyhurst. And here's McNamara. McNamara, 29 goals, 14 assists last year, the Marquette grad. And that's going to stay gold. It's closest to the ball, where it goes out, when it goes out. Charlie Durbin with Aaron Pass, Connecticut. A little bit bitten by that turnover bug.
Got it, go, go.
I have nothing but confidence that this Connecticut coaching staff will figure out a way to get better between game 1 and game 2.
Well, last year, Dallas started off with a real rough start, and Bill Water and his staff were able to turn things around and almost made the playoffs with a great second half run.
Inside feed for Ryan Lee. Goes to the turf. And now Connecticut, again, they're clearing up towards their bench side. There's a comfort level in that. And here's Lomas. Lomas gets it to Kraus. Pass picked off by Washuda.
Stay, Tommy, stay! Stay!
Kraus doing everything he can.
Nice job by Washuda, escaping pressure there. Good feet for a big man.
Yeah. Under.
Jasinski slowing it down, but Coach, you really can't take your foot off the gas completely, because then you may never be able to put it back on.
Well, again, you look at the situation. There's under 4.5 in the third quarter. A commanding lead, and you got to think of the big picture now, and that's the overall elements of the tournament.
And Silva kind of bats one in. Couldn't tell if it was a leg. I can't wait for this replay.
Go 12.
You got a TV timeout after.
TV.
12.
Goal is good. I have goal. 12. Switch. 1 minute.
And we will step away momentarily as we see Silva. The feed goes inside. It bats around, bobbles, and a little leg action. A beautiful summer night here in Annapolis, especially if you're a Denver Outlaw fan. Our second half highlight is presented by Sector Spiders ETFs, the next chapter in investing. Miles Silva with the kick in, which is legal in lacrosse. All you hockey fans think that kicking's illegal of the puck, and it is. But in lacrosse, you can kick the ball into the goal.
Hold this way.
Stay, wait. Hey, go.
Stay in.
Hey. You gotta go. Back. Quick. Here we go.
Referees making sure they have everything in order.
When that play, there was no possession gained before the whistle, so the defenseman and the attackman are not released from the 2-point arc until the restart whistle.
And I got a news flash for you, Coach.
What's
We
that?
have John Grant Jr. on the field, although it's man up for Denver. Feed rebounds right back. Oh, an absolute laser by Mikey Slosser out of Davis, California. The game has spread across the globe.
Look, I can remember playing man up, and you could have, back in the days of the two-way middies, you could have run up and down the field 3 or 4 times to be absolutely gassed.
Yeah.
But if all of a sudden they yelled for the man up, man, you got a shot of energy. You were ready to get back in there.
It's funny, you watch players, are they faster when they have the ball on the stick, or do they work harder when they don't have the ball on their stick?
I'd say most players are faster when they have the ball on the stick. Off-ball lacrosse is really tough to teach, and the players that know how to work off the ball, like Orion Lee, are just beautiful to watch.
Michael Kraus, number 2 for Connecticut, one of those great off-ball players. Inside feed to Michael Kraus. He picks up the loose ball and ladles it up top. Inside feed, no shot just yet.
Great ball
Backside
movement. Great
flip.
ball movement.
Great goal by Bubba Voigt. 12-4, not a huge celebration, but Coach, this is kind of nifty.
Step in the right direction. Again, ball movement, head up, looking to share the ball. One more, and a real nice backhander, that time by Voigt.
Voigt out of Syracuse, 17 goals last year. Pat Aslani has taken the face off. Excuse me, Casey Dowd.
Another good move by the coaching staff. Give Casey Dowd some reps. Rest Adler. Through the course of the week, you're going to need both of them to be strong and confident.
And here's Jasinski. Dives across, shot, goal. That's going to count. Clearly a good goal.
Little stop and go move. Jasinski, he's a warrior.
Yep.
Don't judge him by his size. He's got a big heart. Gives you 60 minutes. There's a step away. Does a great job of getting to the top of the crease and is willing to put his body on the ground to finish the play. Heck of an effort.
The dive is alive and well in Major League Lacrosse. Jasinski giving up his body there to gain that angle, such a valuable skill to know how to dive and roll.
5'7", 165, might be one of the smaller players on the field, but again, a lot of heart, tough, determined, good lacrosse IQ.
Yep, you talk to the coaching staff, they say he's small in stature, but everybody seems to look up to him.
Quite a compliment.
Osika now in the game as we get Bubba Voigt, who scored the last goal for Connecticut. And here's Collins, the Notre Dame grad. Oh, great trail check, just a veteran trail check. And Denver continues to do what they do well. Hard bouncing two-pointer attempt. Whistles wide. Scanoni seemed to have a nice beat on it. A quick dodge speed. Our Lady of Blessed Acceleration, don't fail me now.
I'm here.
Daniel Picaro. That knee doesn't seem like it's bothering him too much tonight. Really quick first step, drives hard to the goal. It's all in the first move.
Third goal of the night. The guy, his debut game. Georgetown grad who just racked up piles of points in his career at Georgetown.
You mentioned that Kevin Warren, the Georgetown head coach, he's done a heck of a job. Took over for a legend, Dave Urich, and really has continued to move that program in a positive direction.
Shot just wide. Casey Dowd with that offering. As the third quarter winds down. Here on a beautiful night in Annapolis, all the players somewhat sequestered in the bubble. The safety of the players and staff and coaches at the forefront of Major League Lacrosse and their desire to get this tournament going, and that's going to be a great backup by Connecticut defenseman number 57, Greg Weil. Eight seconds, and you hear the Connecticut staff saying, we want to at least get a shot here. McNamara outside. And Rashuda handles that rather easily. Let's take a look at Vaccaro taking the dive as he heads in, rolls around, gets his right hand going, comes around lefty. He's showing some skill tonight, Coach. We got the fourth quarter on the other side. Pro lacrosse is back. It's the 20th year of Major League Lacrosse. And we got a young star in the making. Jack Jasinski, 2 goals. Look at the way he attacks the cage, Coach.
Aggressive player, knows how to set up his strength, will not be denied. Here's a good example. Step away, works his way to the top of the crease, is willing to sacrifice his body hitting the ground to get the job done.
And I told you earlier, Coach, the kid's as quick as a hiccup. He comes from nowhere. The other thing we need to address is, you've seen all 3 games, I've seen all 3 games. The benches on opposite sides has really been a success. I think the MLL might be onto something here. We might see an adaptation at a bunch of levels.
I agree. I think it's been great. You know, a lot of times when both teams have to substitute through the same box, there's a lot of, banging into one another, and that's all eliminated. And it does give teams the potential to get the transition. But today, all the teams have handled it very well, and we're not seeing as much of that transition type play as we thought we would. I like it.
Yep, and a lot of it out of necessity with the COVID crisis and social distancing. Commissioner Sandy Brown has done such a phenomenal job of touching every key point, hitting all the bases that need to be covered. Absolutely fantastic work by Sandy Brown.
What do they say? Necessity is the mother of invention.
Those are from those School of Rock things, by the way. Mother invention. Razowitz gets it up top. McNamara now shoves it across. Right alley dodge. Off-ball movement going well, but this Denver defense has been stifling.
Really good communication. Working well together. Boy, a well-oiled defense. Everybody on the same page with a tough goalie. Makes it tough to score goals.
And there's that shot clock violation that happens when you're playing against a great defense.
Here we go.
Denver gets the clear. Vaccaro behind 77 just catches and moves it. Every now and then you're just a cog in the machine.
Good
As
defense
Lonnie
here by
rolls
Landon
back.
Kramer.
Oh, what a save by Scanoni. A much-needed save for Scanoni, just for that mental readiness for the next time he comes out. Martin thinks about the two-pointer, but relinquishes control. Dan Loomis now. Oh, behind the back shot, goal! Connecticut connecting the dots there. Bubba Voigt out of Syracuse.
Left-hander to left-hander, starts with a strong drive, a little behind the backer. Again, Bubba Voigt picks up the ground ball, and the ball is out of his stick in a second. Get it, release it. Hard for the goalie to track the ball when it moves that quickly.
Second goal tonight for Bubba. And a great little nifty behind the back pass by Loomis.
There, yeah.
Loomis had a heck of a career at High Point.
And there you see Dowd doing work at the faceoff dot.
Notice, and this is the second time I've seen this, Tony Siemens keeping a long stick on the field on offense. Serves two purposes. Number one, a threat to score. Number two, if the ball does go on the ground and is turned over, now you have a long stick able to get back into the hole.
Tony Seaman, almost a soothsayer of sorts. Oh, what a play. Scanoni fights it off, and then they get the rebound and score. No justice for the hard-working goaltender. Goal by James Burr out of Boston U. The Hamilton, Mass native gathers, collects, and finishes. I tell you, Coach, my son Cole is a goaltender. You make a save, give up a rebound, and it's a bummer.
Well, give James Burr credit. You know, he stays on the play. Again, he keeps his feet moving. At first you don't succeed, try again. Way to stay with the play. Good example for the young players out there.
Annapolis with so many great schools, high schools. I know you did the first game with Brian Phipps in the cage. He's a fantastic coach at the high school level.
Archbishop Spalding, 15 minutes away by car.
Played at Severn. I had to coach against him. It was awful. He's a very good goaltender. Washuta gathers it for Denver. Tomorrow's game's Chesapeake Bayhawks, New York Lizards at 1 on ESPN2, and the Denver Outlaws against the Philadelphia Barrage at 4 o'clock also on ESPN2. Joe Beninati serving play-by-play for that one. Best voice in lacrosse. Errant pass. 15-5, 10 minutes left. Booker Corrigan, Don Zimmerman bringing you the call.
Nice give and go.
Osika doing a nice job running the field. Brendan Collins now settles.
For you young players, when you receive a pass, always look back to the player that threw it to you. Give and go is one of the oldest plays in lacrosse. The reason is it's successful.
Yeah. Adam Osika chases that one down, but still Connecticut with a little case of the bobbles all night long as Sands tries to jitterbug behind the cage. And there's a high pass. We talked about that ball, and one of the things we heard was a little interesting about it. We'll have a chance to get into it on the other side of the break, but it is a little bit light. The goalies like it. Connect Cross is presented by Powerade. More power for more. New Balance, made for lacrosse. Sector Spider ETFs, the next chapter in investing. Warrior, play to win. Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. Great shot at downtown Annapolis on a beautiful summer night. And let's take a look at the new ball they're playing with, the high optic yellow. And Coach, we had a chance to hold the ball. It's got a little bit of dimples and carvings in it. It will curve. It's a little bit lighter, and it has some give to it. My son Cole is a goaltender, and I think he'd rather get hit by that. And all the goalies said it doesn't hurt as much.
Well, it is lighter, it's softer, and the players are getting used to it. You can certainly see it really well from the booth here.
Denver goes offsides there on their clearing attempt. They got a man open on the far side. And again, the case of the bobbles. It's just contagious.
Good tough ground ball there.
Yeah. Smitty, match up. Take your feet.
Coach, you've been around the game for a long, long time. Is there a school that had produced inside shot? What a save, Scanoni. Is there a school that's produced more great coaches than Washington College? When you look at the high school and college ranks, I mean, they just have so many. Bob Schreiber, Rick Mercado, John Nostrand, Ricky Soul, Andy Tybel, Will Gibbs. I mean, the list is just long and distinguished. Bobby Palancino.
It's quite a list.
Yeah.
Cortland State has put out some really good
They
coaches
have.
as well.
So
is Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins has put out some pretty good coaches.
Yep, that 89 team. Seth Tierney, Brian Volker, Dave Petramala.
Billy Dwan.
Oh, God, I love BD. Yeah. I think Bobby Benson was on that team. I'm kidding, Coach. He was a 2003 guy.
You know, one of the reasons those coaches, when they were players, they loved lacrosse and they went to those schools. They were lacrosse schools and they wanted to stay involved in the game.
John Nostrand, of course, the great coach at Haverford School. Oh, and another goal. Keep ringing him in. Colton Jackson, the Denver grad. Inglewood, Colorado. Take a look at this rip. Lefty on the run. Colton Jackson getting his hands free. Denting the twine.
Being able to go to both ways, both hands, is certainly an advantage. That time, Colton Jackson, a right-hander, rolled back, overhand on target.
If you're the coach of Connecticut, do you switch goalies at one point?
You know, I think Scanoni needs to work, and I think it's completely different between Denver and Connecticut. Denver's got the lead. Tony wants to get everybody on his team in the game.
I get that.
I think right now, Coach Warder and his staff, you know, they're telling their guys, look, hang in there. Let's get 60 minutes under our belt. And Scanoni, being the goalkeeper he is, I don't think it would be wise to take him out. Let him get to work and send the message to the team, hey, you know, it's been a tough night for us tonight, but we're going to keep getting better, and we're going to fight every time we come out on this field.
Oh, and there's another little quick defensive lapse on the side, and capitalizing on it, Miles Silva out of Army. You got to respect those guys who go to West Point, they go to Navy, they go to Air Force, they join the Marines. We're so lucky to have people like that in the world, in our lives.
We sure are. We're blessed.
Here's a look at it, Coach. What do you like about that backside little fade catch? And it's almost a tennis racket where you quick stick.
Miles Silva's really showing that he is an outstanding inside player. Now let's get back to the Scanoni question.
Yeah.
Do you replace your goalie? That time after the goal, lowered his head, walked out of the goal, maybe getting a little dejected. Now you think, okay, come on, maybe it's time to pull him, give our backup a little bit of playing time.
And we love the multi-sport comparisons and the multi-sport athletes. The Montreal Canadiens lost Patrick Roy because they didn't pull him in a game where he just didn't have it and the defense wasn't playing well. The other component is, Coach, do you ever pull a goalie to fire up your defense?
Well, normally you pull a goalie to fire up your team because it's such a huge move.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
It's always nice to get those nuggets of information from Hall of Fame coach Don Zimmerman. Blessed to have him in the booth with me tonight.
It's great to work with you, Book.
Appreciate it. 17-5 Denver filling it up against Connecticut.
Tell you, Book, number 28 for the Hammerheads, Robert Mooney. He's done a heck of a job covering Mikey Schlosser. That's not an easy task.
No.
Got it.
Mikey Schlosser plays this game as hard as anybody.
Cody Razowitz, speaking of playing hard, guy with a first step that'll make your pupils dilate. And here's McNamara. Great backside cut, roll back. And again, the ball goes on the ground. Michael Kraus. And Denver is picking the ball up cleanly off the turf, and Connecticut is wrestling it a little bit more than you'd like. Backside flip by Andrew Newbold out of Sacred Heart. As Lonian feeds the cutter on the inside. No dice on the bouncer. And Miles Silva, again out of Ponte Vedra Beach. Coach Tom West doing a great job down there. As Lonian rolls back. Outside shot, Scanoni with the save.
Got it.
As we're inside the 4:20 mark here, fourth quarter, all Denver. Brendan Collins gets it off. Oh! Talk about a guy who can shoot lefty on the run. Shiver me timbers. Getting it after it.
Give Connecticut credit. They're still playing hard. They're going to play hard. They're giving Coach Warder and his staff 60 minutes.
Osika pumps it down low. Inside feed, bobbled. There's Michael Kraus riding hard. And the turnover is 23-12. Friends, that is a telling statistic, eh, Coach?
Boy, turnovers, they'll really hurt you. Denver has done a great job of just pressuring the Hammerheads offense all night long. No breathing room.
No, and finally, we should put the turnover graphic up. The jinx is in full effect. We will step away momentarily. 2:45 remaining here in Annapolis on a gorgeous night. Coach Tony Seaman likes what he sees. Tonight's defensive play of the game is brought to you by Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance.
Nice job by Thomas Rigby, the first-year player out of West Point. Took advantage of a kind of a lazy pass, was all over it, scooped up the ground ball, finished the play. I tell you, that really represents the entire Outlaw defense tonight. They have been fantastic.
Michael Brown with possession, and he surrenders it over to Cody Razowitz. Razowitz up top to Osika. This is Sands. Goal line extended right side. Osika comes and gets it. That quick doubling defense. Shot, goal! Great cut, great feed, great finish by Bubba Voigt. Bubba bringing it, slinging it, stinging it.
Bubba Voigt's had a good night tonight. That time Osika, again, it all starts with the dodge, handled the wrap, kept his eyes up, but Bubba Voigt moving off the ball, took advantage of the defense staring, setting a good example of how to hang in there and play for 60 minutes.
We had such a great experience watching the Connecticut Hammerheads practicing yesterday, and their media relations guy Chris Rucker doing a nice job getting us information. And Bubba was happy to say he'd prefer to be called Bubba on the air, not Bradley. Ball gets stuck in the cross of Justin Schwank, the UVA grad, teammates with Michael Kraus.
You know, Quint did a great job this week of reaching out to some of the players and getting some comments from them about this experience and what they're looking forward to. And one of the quotes from Bubba Voigt said, "Lacrosse means everything to me," and he's showing that tonight.
Watch it, get through it, Bevel. Get through it, Bevel. Put him down the alley, Bevel.
You can hear those Connecticut coaches still coaching them up. They want to learn. This is just one. They have 5 games. And a great cut, great finish. Baccaro, he's caught fire ever since you gave him a quick shout out, Coach.
Well, he's a heck of a player. Really putting on a tremendous performance tonight as a rookie. Surrounded by terrific teammates.
Yep. Plays good team lacrosse.
Able to handle a tough feed with that right hand. Again, for you young players, work on your strength, improve your weakness.
Chris Aslanian with the feed inside. Baccaro doing a nice job handling it. Number 38, Casey Dowd. Clamping and looking around, comes up with a loose ball. He first times that ground ball. Such a vital skill.
What we're seeing tonight is Denver has a very, very effective 1-2 punch at the face-off. That's going to help them down the stretch as they continue through this tournament.
30 seconds remaining here in the third game of the triple header. Denver Outlaws flexing their muscles against the first game ever for the Connecticut Hammerheads. As they press out a little bit, shot clock is off.
Just playing keep away now.
And that will do it. Coach, how impressed are you with the Denver defense?
I'm impressed with Denver across the board. They came in here this week on a mission, and I think tonight they made a statement. They're solid from top to bottom at every position. Tough start for the Hammerheads, but they'll be back.
Yep.
They got a day of rest, and then they'll have to come back on Monday. Let's talk about some things, get everybody together.
A great day for Baccaro there at the end. Silva, couple goals, the West Point grad. And now we are fortunate enough to get a player interview. Ryan Lee putting on the headset. Ryan, can you hear me? Booker Corrigan up here. Ryan, how do you feel about game 1 for this season?
I mean, that was an awesome game to come out. I mean, we were a little worried. We didn't know how it would play out with a lot of new guys on O and D. So coming out with a win like that, it's awesome.
Ryan, you are tonight's Powerade player of the game. Powerade made for more power for more. Coach Zim, what do you need from him?
Nice job tonight, Ryan. Listen, I hope a lot of young players were watching this game because they would learn a lot from you, how effectively you move off the ball and how you finished your plays. Nice job.
Thank you.
And Ryan, how about your catch and release? How much have you been working during the time you were away from the game and sequestered? How hard were you working on your stick work?
A lot of shots outside, getting the ball in the net. I mean, just as much as you can get the stick in the hand, it helps a ton.
Ryan, thanks so much for the time. Good luck and have fun the rest of the week, my man.
Awesome, thank you.
You got it. Ryan Lee really knows how to move without the ball. He knows how to score when he has the ball in his stick off a dodge. Impressive evening for the Powerade player of the game.
Impressive evening for Denver all the way around. Really have a nice club.
The other thing that was crucial is, and we talk about this as coaches all the time, ground balls. They were first time scooping them so many times when it mattered, and Connecticut, they just have to pause there.
No matter what level, fundamentals are the name of the game. Ground balls are a fundamental part of this game. Denver tonight was swarmed them, and like you said, Bilk, first time.
For Don Zimmerman, our entire crew, I'm a Booker Corrigan, and the MLL season continues tomorrow on ESPN2 with a doubleheader starting at 1 p.m. The Chesapeake Bayhawks face off against the New York Lizards, and then the Denver Outlaws take on the Philadelphia Barrage. Good night from Annapolis. Major League Lacrosse is back.
Connecticut Hammerheads 2020 Season Rewind. Brought to you by Yale Medicine.